Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. 74 new confirmed cases of coronavirus COVID-19 in the Sultanate and 325 cases have been recovered. The World Health Organization affirms that the procedures implemented by the Sultanate contributed in reducing the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. And a number of local banks in the Sultanate delay off the pay of loans for those affected by coronavirus pandemic. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. The Ministry of Health announced 74 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, which brings the total number of registered in the Sultanate to 1,790, including 9 deaths. The Ministry of Health stresses that 325 cases have been recovered.
Within the efforts to limit the spread of COVID-19, the ministry advises all citizens and residents to keep on washing hands with water and soap. Avoid touching the face, nose, mouth and eyes. Follow hygienic habits when coughing and sneezing. Adhere strictly to social distancing instructions. Stay at home and not to go out unless absolutely necessary. Adhering to isolation and social distancing will prevent you, your family and the community from COVID-19. Stay safe.
Muscat municipality announced that Al Mawalih Central Market for fruits and vegetables will be closed from today until further notice. This goes in line with the decisions of the Supreme Committee dealing with the developments of coronavirus COVID-19, which affirmed on stopping gatherings at public places. A Thmar platform calls upon all traders and farmers to register in the platform and start the buying and selling process through it. The World Health Organization affirmed that the precautionary measures implemented by the Sultanate contributed in reducing the spread of cases of COVID-19 pandemic. That came in a speech to Oman News Agency by Her Excellency Dr. Ajmal Maktimova, WHO representative to the Sultanate. She pointed out that the Sultanate put into effect strict measures to limit the spread of the virus, as well as protecting manpower working in the health field. She as well praised the swift response of various sectors in the Sultanate to combat this epidemic. She also hailed the awareness of society members to follow safety instructions. The WHO representative stated that the Sultanate shows continuous commitment during the time of crisis through comprehensive health coverage and uplift readiness levels of its hospitals and intensive care units. The local banks started the procedures of delaying the payoff of loans for those affected by the coronavirus pandemic. This came within the implementation of the decisions of the COVID-19 Supreme Committee, which approved a number of economic procedures to limit the impacts of the pandemic. The Central Bank of Oman called on delaying the payoff of the installments without adding any interests or extra fees on the outstanding balance during the period of the delay. In preparation for the holy month of Ramadan, Al Braymi municipality implemented a number of measures to ensure the safety of those benefiting from the central slaughterhouse. Al Braymi municipality stated that the slaughterhouse will be open during the holy month of Ramadan, according to an approved mechanism that goes in line with the precautionary measures being implemented to deal with the developments of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Non-compliance with the directives of the Supreme Committee dealing with coronavirus COVID-19 exposes you to risk and legal action. Stay safe.
Stock markets struggled today as hopes of quickly finding a treatment for coronavirus were dashed, and more crushing economic data delivered a body blow to confidence. Reporters said initial trials of the remdesivir coronavirus drug being developed by Gilead Sciences had flopped. The biggest economy in Europe is sinking rapidly under the weight of the coronavirus lockdown. German business confidence plummeted to a record low in April as firms fret over COVID-19 fallout, describing morale as catastrophic. European equities were knocked also by news that EU leaders stood divided over the size of a financial rescue package to stimulate the bloc's economy left battered by the pandemic. The United States has approved nearly $500 million in new stimulus, but European leaders were split on their own measures as the world sought to salvage economies hammered by the coronavirus pandemic. Expedia appointed out a new chief executive and said it would raise $3.2 billion to ride out the devastating slump in the travel industry linked to the virus pandemic. The online travel booking service will also furlough workers, and its board and top executive will forego cash pay for the rest of the year. Senior executives at the company will take a 25% pay cut. The group chairman said they have one mandate: to conserve cash, survive, and use this time to reconstruct a stronger enterprise to serve the future of travel. The infusion of funding consists of $1.2 billion equity investment by Apollo and Silver Lake venture firms and $2 billion in debt. The moves comes with airlines, hotels, and other travel operators seeing massive slumps as consumers stay at home to ride out the pandemic. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. 74 new confirmed cases of coronavirus COVID-19 in the Sultanate and 325 cases have recovered. The World Health Organization affirms that the procedures implemented by the Sultanate contributed in reducing the spread of COVID-19 pandemic. And a number of local banks in the Sultanate delay off the pay of loans for those affected by coronavirus. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.